So how do you think people are going to be at the end of the pandemic? I think it's going to be like 50-50 per se. Mm-hmm. I think they're really going to depend on the type of person that you are, whether you come out stronger, wiser than you were. It's going to depend on the type of individual that you are. If you're a naturally ambitious person, you know what I'm saying? No matter how things look, if you're optimistic, no matter how things looking right now, you figuring out how I can be better on the other side. What can I do in this meantime? If you're a negative person, you see the cup as half empty, you are already saying, okay, ain't no sense in me doing that. I don't even know how the world gonna be. Ain't no sense in me trying to start a business. Ain't gonna be no business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It depends on your mindset. So I think the main thing that people could be working on is their mindset. You know what I'm saying? What kind of mindset do you have?
That's true. That's true. I agree. It depends on the person, but for the most part, I want to put out there in the atmosphere that we coming out strong in this thing. We gonna come out stronger and more positive mind, and realizing that anything and everything can be taken away at any time. So stop taking stuff for granted and just go harder.
Yep. I want to agree with that. I'm a second that motion and stand in agreement with that. Make sure you do the census. It came in the mail, but if you didn't find it in your mail, go to, I think it's census.gov. Make sure you get counted in the census. I didn't realize how important the census was until now.
What's coming out of your mouth? What's coming out of your mouth? What's coming out of your mouth? It's Shay and Peach. Check them out. It's Shay and Peach.
All right. We want to welcome you all to What's Coming Out of Your Mouth. I am your host, Altanya Lilla Shay. This is my co-host,
Pete Fairley.
And if you're new, we want to welcome you and thank you for tuning in. I hope that you come back for more. And to our conversationalists, welcome back. Let's chat. All right, co-host, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, and you? How your Tuesday been going?
It's been going pretty good. Can't complain. So how your Tuesday going, working from home or just being at home these days?
This is going pretty good. I'm just enjoying the family, enjoying the family, having a good time at the house, out and about with the boys a little bit, and chilling with the wife, so everything going pretty good.
Okay. How you all doing out there? How's your week starting off so far? Another week at home, quarantining. How y'all doing? Let us know how y'all doing. Please take a moment to share the podcast on your pages and tag somebody who want to tune in is not doing anything. And also, we want to remind you all to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our page on Facebook. What's coming out of your mouth? All right. So tonight we're going to talk about a little relationship stuff. So we're going to start off with some kind of juicy. So it has come to my attention that people are participating in some swingers relationships. So what do you think it come out of being in a swinger relationship?
Nothing but a problem.
Right. So according to a little birdie who was participating in a swinger relationship.
Right.
It was a married couple and a single person, right?
A married couple and a single person.
Yeah. So, they're swingers, but it's a married couple and they dealing with a one person,
So is that considered swinging, or they just add the person to the mix?
Yeah, it's kind of like they add a person to the mix, but I want to just, give them a little class and say they swingers.
Okay.
Because it's an open marriage of sorts. So anyway, this been going on for years now, right?
Right.
So now all of a sudden, or maybe not all of a sudden, but over the time, the two ladies have developed a deeper relationship, right?
Yeah, I mean, possible. It can go either way. Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah. So now what has come out that the guy, he found out that the two ladies were in a deeper relationship, and now he is upset that this has been going on behind his back.
Right. So they've been hooking up without him.
Right. Like intensely, right? So
Intensely.
yeah, to the point that the two women, they just want to be together, right? But now that the man, the husband, had found out, he is like, okay, you gotta stop, you gotta cut it off with the outside person, and you know, we gotta get our marriage back on track. So my question to you is, do you think they can get back on track after this? Do you think that marriage can survive?
I hope it can survive, but I believe it can survive. First of all, that's the reason why you don't bring people in. That's one of the reasons.
True.
But I do think it can survive because everybody can realize that the role they played in it, and you know, and maybe she can get out of the situation. But the problem is if you so in love with the woman, how do you turn the love off?
True. Yeah, you're right about that. I personally think that the relationship's gonna all be rocky because you know how a man is, right? You're a man. A man.
What you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
A man, he doesn't sit well when somebody is dealing with his woman. I feel like so the way that the woman was attached to the other woman, I don't feel like he would be able to accept the fact that she fell in love with the woman and the fact that she would not go back to messing with her. I think that will always be in the back of his mind. So I really feel like even though they can continue the marriage, it's not going to be as close knit. You know, it's not going to be the same.
Well, he got to accept the fact that he agreed to bring somebody into the marriage, and then that's what came out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if that's what role you played and you want your marriage back, you gotta be. That's kind of like the question we had last week. Forgive and forget. I'm not saying you're gonna forget it, but you're gonna have to forgive to the point that you'll be able to move on with your relationship because you played a part in it. You gotta think about it from that aspect. You actually played a part in it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that, but I just feel like it's always gonna be some a disconnect between them because that person was dealing with both of them. Mm-hmm. They still intermingle in a lot of aspects of each other's lives. So, you know, they live close by each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's not like it was somebody that you just dealt with on one occasion and then y'all don't have to worry about it again. You know,
so they're going to still have to see this person. Is what you
right?
I mean, or they're gonna have to make it the required adjustments to make it work. I mean, if you want to make it work, you can make it work. I believe it, but sometimes it could be too far gone. You know, it can be too far gone.
Yeah. I think they can make it work, but I think that's gonna be difficult. So let's see. We got some comments saying that he had to be the one to make it happen. The wheel just fell off the car on his end. I mean, that's true. I mean, he opened the door to that, so he had to know there was a possibility. Me, myself, that's why I just don't think that I could just go along with that because I feel like there's no control over the other person stepping out and getting involved with the outside party. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I was saying, though. But like he's saying, he played a vital role in it because I'm pretty sure he probably picked it out or whatever the case, or he at least agreed to.
Yeah. Well, do you think that if the man and the woman had fell in love instead of both of the women falling in love, do you think the situation would be different?
Different on it's gonna be. Of course, it'll be different on the man end because he the one in love. But the woman, I still think she would have to let her pride go to the side too because she agreed to it.
Yeah, she agreed to it. That's right. I'm saying so. You know, you got to be careful what you start because if you start something, you don't never know what the outcome may be.
You just don't let you. That's why you don't do that kind of stuff in a marriage. I just don't agree with it.
You don't agree with it?
I don't agree with you doing that kind of stuff in a marriage because you got to be careful what kind of problems you let in.
That's true. That's true. Somebody said that would be a total love triangle. Well, it's definitely a love triangle already because
it's already a love triangle.
They all was dealing with each other, but two of the parties just took it a little further than the rest of them. But you know,
so they was hooking up when he wasn't there.
Right. They was hooking up when he wasn't there. And you know, he didn't even know, and when he found out, he feels so betrayed. But he really don't have room to feel betrayed.
I mean, he do have room to feel betrayed. If they set the rules that there's only a couple things that he got room to feel betrayed. But when you add somebody in, things can go astray. I mean,
that's right. But that's true. But I don't feel like you can set as many rules, but something like that is already rules don't really apply. So you can set rules.
And then you don't know, we all, it's like when sex get involved, feelings get involved.
Right.
You know that. So I mean, they set themselves up for disaster.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree. What you all think? Are you all into the swinger or threesome relationships? Do you all think it's a good idea or a bad idea, or do you think it depends on the individuals in the relationship? Let us know what y'all think down below.
I don't agree with it.
You don't agree with it?
No.
I don't think I'm not good with sharing. I'm just getting used to sharing data with Alzy, so I don't even know about sharing with a whole nother woman. So they get kind of sticky. All right, you guys, while you all are tuning in, please make sure you share the podcast on your page. Just drop an emoji if you all see us. Let us know how y'all quarantine and chilling is going. Somebody said, I do not share. You better be careful.
Oh no, I don't. I ain't. Yeah, I believe that will be the majority of the answer, but some people like what they like.
Some people like what they like. Yeah.
No bad idea. So we still getting to come back. And, some people like what they like, but for the most part, I think when you get to playing in that arena right there, you looking for problems.
Right. Okay.
But but I will say this too. If you're gonna do something like that, don't get nobody you know. That's
yeah. That's what I think.
Get somebody you know and somebody that's close to you. That's kind of crazy. To do some crap like that. Get people you know. You gotta see them. You already playing with fighting, and you go with somebody you know. That's even worse.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I think that's what make it more difficult by adding in somebody you know, and then you have feeling for them as just a regular person, and then they going to do that. So that make it more dangerous also.
And one thing we always know, we know too, is that when you friends with somebody and you want to stay friends with them, don't miss a sexual act with it, because that's gonna throw the whole friendship thing that y'all got out the picture.
Oh yes. Okay, so since we on the topic of marriage and everything like that, so for the couples who are on the verge of divorce, right?
Right.
And now they spending more time together than usual with this quarantine.
Right.
Do you think that they are more likely to move forward with the divorce or rethink the issues that's going on in their marriage?
I mean, I had, what's so crazy about this question? I had somebody call me today to talk something similar to this, saying that, domestic violence rates are going up and people are headed more to divorce since the quarantine because they realize that they just don't like each other. They just been living with each other.
Right.
But, so I think the question is, do I think they got a chance, or are they gonna head to get a divorce with the quarantine, right?
Yeah. Do you think that they're more likely to continue with the divorce, or do you think they're gonna rethink, what's the problem leading them to divorce, and see how they can fix it?
It really depends on how bad the problem is, and do you really like the person, and can you rekindle what you once had? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times, you just need a little time to realize, that this is that special person. We ain't been having that time, and that's what caused a lot of our problems, because we ain't been having the time that we used to once that we once had with each other.
Right.
But
true.
sometimes it can be so far gone is that now that you with the person so much, it is reminding you of everything you can't get over with them. So it's it's over. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I think that if the relationship is a workable situation, more time can't do no but help make it work.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree that it depends on the detriment that has occurred in the marriage and why they want to get a divorce. And then time together will make them weigh their options like, okay, like they say, maybe cheaper to keep her. Depending on how it's going to be with them separating. Is it something worth working out, or can y'all just really not live with each other? Are y'all realizing more and more time, like, this is not the person who I married or who I thought they would be?
Mm-hmm.
So I can agree with that.
So each situation, I mean, gonna play this separately. It depends on what a relationship really is. If it's headed to a downfall, I mean, you almost right there. It might be a 20% chance that you can turn that thing around, but if it's almost there, you ain't gonna do no but show the person that it's time to go. It's over.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I definitely can agree.
But what do you think about they're saying that domestic violence rates are up and the divorce rates are up now that people are quarantining together?
I would think it would have been the opposite. Like, I wouldn't think that they would be thinking about divorcing or being violent towards one another during this time. It's like you don't even know how tomorrow is going to be, and you are over here, with violence going on. So I think that's horrible, But I guess if that's your nature, and if that was already the type of relationship that you had going on, then you know what I'm saying. Of course, being in confined spaces is going to increase the likelihood that it's going to continue.
Well, in pressure wise situation, some people don't deal with pressure well, and
right.
And it could turn to other things. So I mean, I just hope everybody can try to make it through this time. They won't. Divorce is coming out of this, but sometimes pressure busts the pipe.
That's true. That's definitely true. Okay, let's see. We have some comments over here saying, I think Corona has brought family together more. Just my logic. Go on with the divorce because a lot of people realize they don't know each other or like each other, which is true. And
that's true, yeah.
A lot of people saying no to the threesome.
Yeah, we know that was a bad idea. But so what do you think about the fact that you realizing you don't like a person now that you spend a lot of time with them?
I think that I don't think you're gonna just realize that after just being quarantined. Like, I feel like that has been a build. You don't just wake up and just say, okay, I don't like you no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that was building up over time, and now that you have time to sit with yourself, you're deciding, do I want to continue this way or do I want to try something different?
Well, if you look at it from the angle of a lot of people get married fast these days, and they get married off pure lust.
Yeah,
and then after you come back from the honeymoon stage, you start working and doing different things like this. So most people at this day and age, they never really got a chance to sit down and be with a person for an extended period of time. It's no more 2 or 3 and 4 years dating. People get married after 1 year, after 6 months, and different things like that. So I think in a situation of that, you can realize that you don't really like a person, or y'all don't really, vibe like that, in those type of situations.
That's true. But then they say that, did you do your due diligence before proceeding to marry a person? Like, are y'all watching the Housewife of Atlanta?
I mean, I hadn't seen it, so talk to me.
Okay, well, Kenya, she getting a divorce from her husband, right?
Right.
They said they've been married going on 2 years. I would say probably seriously in the relationship, in the marriage, maybe 1 year. And she just had a baby. So they met each other, got married, had a baby in the matter of like a year. Okay, now they're getting a divorce. To me, I feel like if a person getting divorced that soon, did you really get a marital chance? Because y'all really didn't know each other. You met them, you got pregnant, y'all got married.
Well, a lot of people is, once you get older, they don't do the dating thing for long anymore. So in certain
but you might not do the dating thing long, but you really gotta dig deep and get to know this person. She said that she wasn't allowed to talk to his family, his mom and all that. How can you proceed to marry a person that you never even met their mother, if their mother's living?
But my thing is this right here. If somebody ain't allowing you to talk to their family and their mother, that shit throw red flags up.
Exactly.
If people try to keep you away from your family and you away from their family, it's something right there ain't mixing right, and you need to be trying to look into
it. Exactly. That's definitely a red flag. And so if it were me, I wouldn't have proceeded in that marriage from the beginning, because if I can't meet your family, you're trying to hide something.
It's something hidden that you don't want me to know.
Exactly.
And maybe she finding that out now, And
yeah.
Look, what I did watch Atlanta Housewives the other day. That King is just something anyway.
Oh, she is something else. But I'm just saying, I understand that you older, you meet a person, you ready, if you want to move forward with it. But how much do you really know about that person? You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that she was just wanting a marriage and a baby so bad that she just went on with it for the quickness?
Yeah, I do, especially in her instance. But I mean, other people do that.
People
and
do
then
that.
They don't stay married for 6 months. Like, it's a waste of time.
It's definitely a waste of time. Cause I mean, you didn't put so much into not only time, but like financially, you didn't put stuff into it.
Yeah,
so you done did all this, and then you get divorced real quick. That's tough. But I do think people should date for a while before get married. That's just me.
I do too. I mean, you can maybe become in a relationship, but get married, like, that's something serious. And you just gotta know your red flags. We can talk about this a million times. You gotta know the red flags. You gotta pay attention to things because most of the time when people decide to get a divorce, like I was listening to something earlier, she said she knew within the first year that their marriage wouldn't work, but she stayed married to this man for 10 years. So how can you allow red flags to pop up in the first year and you stay 9 additional years?
If you knew in the first year of marriage or dating?
Of marriage. 1 year after the marriage, she realized that he wasn't her equal, they didn't have the same interests. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't.
But she stayed for 10 years?
She stayed for 10 years.
I mean, well, maybe she tried, even though she knew she tried to make it work, and she tried, but 10 years, that's a bit much.
That's what I'm saying. If it's a red flag, it's a red flag. And true, like, you're right, I don't want to contradict myself. You got to give it a fair try. So in 1 year, you see red flags, but if y'all don't work on those red flags that's popping up, and you just ignore them, then it's not going to work. But if you see red flags popping up in the first year, you say, okay, wait a minute, baby. I already see a disconnect coming in here. We need to work on this. Or why did you know what I'm saying?
See, but what you have to realize, a lot of people stay in relationship for the public eye. They they don't want to be shamefaced, but they don't want to be shamefaced. But at the end of the day, you miserable. Why stay? You the one got to deal with the misery and the don't want to go home or different things of that nature. So if it was me, and if I'm that miserable, I just wouldn't be in a relationship.
Yeah, me either. That's okay. Let's take a few comments. Got a lot of comments coming in. Okay, someone said, in these times, you really gotta have family in your heart, honestly, and weigh options. They marry for power, not for love, just for last name and benefits. That's true. She wanted to be a real housewife. That's true. Kenya did want to be a real housewife.
Did she a real housewife?
Like literally.
Literally, okay.
The red flag was already there. That's true. What about the people that have been married for years, have kids, and life happens, and you start living different lives? Now you are stuck in the house with this person.
Married for years, and life happens. You
So
start living different lives. Is they saying separate lives is what she trying to say?
I think she probably saying, yeah, you doing like when the regular day-to-day thing going on, and you going to work, you doing your thing, I'm going to work doing my thing, and we just coming home raising the kids. But now we can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So now we realize that in the midst of us doing, I'm doing my thing, you doing your thing, we're not doing the thing together no more. That no longer works.
Well, I think that's a great question. That's a great question.
It
That
is.
that is a great question, I believe, because things like that can easily happen.
Yeah.
That can easily happen. If somebody with the kids all the time, they living that life, and the other person is going out or they working or whatever the case may be, and they get used to you not being there or whatever the case be. But I think that's when somebody got to step up and be a strong person in that situation and say, look, what's going on here? You know, I'm living this life and you living this life, but now we're not living it together. So what we gonna do here? And that's where real conversations have to be had in a marriage. You understand what I'm saying? Because every time you see a red flag, it's time to have a conversation. Normally, the woman is the one who to bring those conversations up. Because men, we like to push stuff on the road. Let's be real about it.
That's true.
So, and I'm just glad to be with a woman who's not afraid to have tough conversations. Mine just gonna tell me, look, hold up, bro, such and such going on. What's the business? Right. And even though sometimes I ain't feeling that, I can respect it and it have helped our relationship because blunt conversation got to be had whether you want to or not. Sometimes.
Right. And also, to piggyback on that, with that being said, I think something like this will only make them have that blunt conversation, or they would never have had it. So, or they would never have realized how disconnected they were until they quarantined in the house. You know what I'm saying? And so I think for me, depending on what made them come together in the beginning, will make them determine if they want to bring their relationship back together. And not just for the kids. Like if they feel like they're invested enough in each other to bring their relationship back to what it once was.
But and another thing is this right here. I'll tell anybody this right here. You can't just stay with a person for the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, for your child, kids, that's just not right because you're gonna be miserable, and the kids gonna see it. Yeah. So you think you stand there for the kids, but more than anything, you're hurting the kids because kids feed off their parents' emotions. They vibe, they feeling it, they going through it with them. You understand?
Right.
And much as you think that you going there crying on the pillow, your child in there. Mama going in there, they know. Children know. Children put their ear to the door. Things of that nature right there. So don't think you had nothing for the kid. Even like with the show, the Ozark show, if you're watching that, eventually stuff come out.
Yeah.
So when you got children is looking at everything. They know how you look when you come around the corner. They know something ain't right. So you can't hide it from your kids. So that's don't true. Think if you stand there with your kids, you're doing them a benefit. In most factors, you're doing them a disjustice because they see you hurt and then they going through injustice or what I meant to say. They see you what you going through and they going through with you.
Right. I definitely agree with that. So you said something that I think is key. You said that men don't usually start the hard conversations or
from where I come from the house I was in, and me myself, what I've seen, most men. I'm not gonna say all men, just from what I know, most men don't start that tough conversation with their wife. It's normally the woman bringing it to her, but you need a strong woman. You need a strong woman. So, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but so my question is, hold on. I'm gonna hold my question. I got it wrote down. Let me read some of these comments. Okay, somebody says it takes a person that's strong enough to bring it honestly to the table for real. To headstrong people would never get along. Two headstrong people would never get along. I was just saying about the show. That's it's hard. They can get along, but it's hard. Talk that grown man talk. That's for sure. Okay, so why? So my question is, why is it hard for men to start the hard conversations?
Why is it hard for men to start?
Why? Tell me why. You said they don't.
Listen, let me get the question, and I want to give an intelligent answer to it. Why is it hard for men to start a hard conversation? Because, I mean, in certain aspects, men we run from it because sometimes we don't want to do the work. You understand what I'm saying? We don't want to do the work. We don't want to really hear what it takes. We really want to do what we want to do. And then sometimes having those hard conversations, it calls us to do work in aspects that we ain't ready to do it. You know, we ain't ready to grow in those situations, or we're not ready for that. So that's why it's hard for a man. And sometimes a man just like a high deal. We think we get stagnant and what would you call it? We get stagnant in the situation, and
stuck in the routine.
Stuck in a routine, and we think that it's all good, but time has started changing, and people started evolving, and you want to evolve together.
That's right. Now you said a mouthful. And I'm glad you're gonna be honest about that, because that is so true. And that's how a lot of women end up saying that the relationship cannot continue, because they are the only one bringing the serious issues to the table. And the woman wanna sometimes hear the man's perspective. How do he think the relationship is progressing? So I mean, I think that's good that you brought that out, and I hope that helps some men, because sometimes the woman could be always bringing the issue to the table, but then the man say, well, you did it. You know what I'm saying? His rebuttal is not to accept what she is saying. His rebuttal is to say, well, I thought everything was okay, so I didn't want to bring it up. But since you brought it up, this is how I feel.
Well, you know, and that's a good thing you're saying, because another thing, and sometimes I still have this problem, but another thing is I had to learn that you can't always listen to have a response.
Yes. Woo!
So my wife will be telling you not
hearing what I'm saying.
You're not hearing what I'm saying. You just listen to have a response. And and you know, and sometimes you can't understand it, but after time go on and on and on, you get to hear what a person saying. If you want to be with them, because now a person can get fed up with your man, no matter how good you is to them.
That's right. Hello, you better say so. Okay, we got these comments popping in. So somebody said, this is why dating, you need to ask what the household, the person, you need to ask what the household, the person they are interested in, grew up was like, because the men I know start the hard conversation. Woo! I like that. So you need to ask them, how was their household growing up? What was the male role? What was the female role? Or was it no gender roles? You know, that's deep. I like that. Okay,
see, go ahead. You know, and let's be honest. These statements are coming from more mature people in age and different things who've been through stuff. But the thing is, how do you do this at a young age when you don't know? See, so that's why most marriages and different things break down, because at a young age you don't know these things. You know you don't know these. It's hard. You're not hard to tell a person or ask a person these things that you don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
It takes a man a little longer to grow than a woman. So a woman may have some of this stuff, but you know, so it's a lot. It's a lot. So, but that's why we got to have shows like this and different people who are real OGs who are shredding that knowledge back down to the younger man or the younger woman, and just saying, look, I ain't trying to run your life with them, but I just want to put this little bug in your ear.
Right.
You know, it's different way, and that's what got to be done, because a lot of times we running stuff blind. We run into relationships blind or situations, you know, just blind.
That's right. And that's definitely key what you said. You need to look to your elders. You need to look to somebody who's gonna give you a little more wisdom and a little more understanding than you currently have. If you want that thing to succeed and be better than how it is going currently. Okay, we have another comment saying, yes, spouses together is like bread and butter. We gotta make toast together. What is an appetizer without an entree? Okay. Somebody else said, right, Pete, just go with the flow until it's time for it. She said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I am a little bit older, but I grew up around bolder people. When I was younger and baby, they were teaching and passing on jewels if you were willing to listen, at least. And that's right. Like, you got to be hungry for that knowledge. You got to know what kind of game you lacking on so you can know how to take it into your relationship and be able to boss up. But you also got to understand your weaknesses as you continue to evolve so that you can know where you need to boost it up some.
So my question is this. If you just would say, take a poll on it or not, who do you think are easier to correct their own problems in relationships, men or women?
Women, that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer.
So you think women are more apt to change what they're doing wrong than a man is?
90% of the women. Now you got some women that's kind of willy-nilly. They kind of more masculine or more headstrong, I'll say, than the man. So they may be, and I'm not gonna necessarily say that's your only character flaw that may make you not want to apologize or realize your character flaws. But 90% women. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh, so we got a man.
Somebody said a man saying me.
He said men.
He just talking.
So you saying who you feel is the more stubborn in relationships?
I'm gonna say a man. I mean, a woman can be stubborn too, depending on what it is. But I think when it comes to like giving in or saying, okay, I'm wrong, I need to do better, I think more likely it's gonna be the woman. Because a lot of men are too prideful. They feel like a woman not gonna tell them what they need to be corrected at and different things like that. So I feel like it's the woman. So we get mixed reviews. The women saying the women, the men saying the men. So I guess we just gonna be split down the middle on that. Somebody said it goes both ways. We have to really listen to the older people around you because they're telling you right. But some people, okay, the young people right now, they feel like the old people can't tell them nothing. Like they feel like they never experienced something they don't understand.
Okay, tell me this right here. This is a thing I got for you. If you're in a situation, right, where both of you guys are in a situation, right, and some things are going on, and you feel that you both dropped the ball, right?
Yeah.
You both dropped the ball in the situation. Who you think should come and say, look, we dropped the ball right there. We got to be better. Next time such and such go on, we got to be better in the situation. And we're going to have to handle that different. Who do you think should recognize that? Or that should be, both people should be trying to recognize it?
I honestly feel, this is what I honestly feel. I honestly feel like both should recognize. I honestly know that both people are recognizing it as it's happening. However, if it was me in my relationship, I would want my husband to approach me and be like, babe, because it's going to lead me to my next question. I think he should say, babe, we slacking right here. I need to do better on A. You need to do better on B. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the man should make sure his relationship going how it needs to go. However, more times than not, it's going to be the woman. Because women are more emotional. They always thinking. They always trying to fix it and make sure it go the way it needs to go. So they're gonna be like, okay, what you think going on here? But it should be, I think it should be the man. Who do you think? Or do you think it just, you tell me what you think?
Well, see, one thing I believe is this right here. A man gotta be a leader. A man has to be a leader in every aspect. And he shouldn't want his family to feel inadequate or less than in front of anybody.
That's right.
And when you feel that way, because let me tell you something, you will feel that way at one point or another in your lifetime. You just gotta take them lumps on the head and say, when I come in this situation again, I'm gonna make sure I'm prepared, but not only I'm prepared, my family is prepared.
Yes, I hope every man out here listening to that, because there's some wild stuff right there that a lot of men need to pick up on, because a lot of men are not carrying the torch as they should, and a lot of men are not leading their relationships as they should, which is my next question. But hold on, I got it wrote down. Let me take some comment before I read it. Okay. Somebody said women are more stubborn, so women still saying women can be real stubborn. Women can, but it depends on what it is.
Okay.
Somebody said I gotta pick it up, come to Jesus, meet at the table. So he's saying that when stuff is going on, leading by example. That's what another guy said. So my question is.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, now go. What you gotta say?
Lead by example is one of the best. You know, that's somebody who I can vibe off of, because lead by example is one of the big things that I like. You know, yeah. I like to say, because they got to be able to see it in you so they can do it as well.
That's right. Because a woman gonna model after what is put in front of her if she is submissive to her husband.
And it might not never be to the notch of where you at.
Right.
But you gonna see you. So we gotta have some rubbing off on each other somewhere in the relationship.
Yes, in a good way. Because you know
and when you see your partner weekend and you strong, they'll build them up.
Yes. Woo. Okay. So my question is, who is responsible for the leadership role in a relationship? Is it the male or is it the female? Or do it depend on, is it situational?
It can be situational. I definitely think it can be situational.
Okay.
Because men do have to learn how to follow behind their women in certain situations. I do agree with that. But for the most part, the leader of the relationship is the man.
That's right.
The man is the head of his household and he should lead. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? But a great leader must learn how to follow first. So he got to learn how to follow somebody.
That's right.
He got to learn how to follow somebody in somewhere in his life that he got to be able to be a follower. And a lot of it lead back to your childhood, but you can miss it in your childhood. Don't let that be, because you can gain it on your job. You can gain it in church. It's different other places you can gain being a good follower. But a man should be the leader of his household. But we have to look at that thing, because look at that thing and break it down in different ways and say what you mean by leader. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you took my question. That's what I'm saying. How would a person, do you think a person would know how to lead in his marriage or relationship if he wasn't taught that way? Or if he saw a stern leader, do you feel like that would make him be less of a leader?
If he saw a stern leader, would that make him be less of a leader?
You know, like if he felt like the male role, or his dad, just say a man
overdid it.
So do you?
This one thing I have noticed over the years, that you got to be careful how much you hate what a person did and how they did it. Mm-hmm. Because you would turn into that person. Mm-hmm. And you would be doing the same thing that they did.
Boy, you got some sense over there, boy.
So I just learned that from observing different people. So you have to be careful with that. But you know, a stern leader, I tell people like this. You know, me and my wife were having this conversation earlier, that you should learn from each and everybody, but just because you went through hard patches doesn't mean that you should take your kids through them same hard patches. If you came up without a car, if you able to buy your kids a car, buy them a car. Mm-hmm. You know, but some people feel a different way. They came up with stern parents, so they're gonna be just as stern.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I can say that you can be stern, but then you don't have to take it to the level that the other person did, to where that person is actually hating you.
That's right. And you have to adjust it accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you say this is how you're gonna be as a parent, then when you have your kids, You can be stern with them, but you have to adjust per child. I don't have one, but every scenario is not going to be the same. So you can't apply the same discipline to each child, or you can't apply the same tactic to each situation. So like we saying, when who gonna lead, it's situational. You know, overall the man should be the leader, but it's gonna definitely be situational because you might say, well, my husband not taking the lead on this, so I'm gonna take the lead. But you can't both sit back and wait and see who's gonna do it. Somebody has to take the initiative. And I think that's balance. When you have balance, you're balancing relationship.
But the thing is, a lot of times when y'all in the midst of the situation, somebody got to take the wheels right then. Right then and show them, look, now we gonna stand for something right here. We ain't gonna look this week. We gonna stand for something.
Right, absolutely. Okay, so when we was talking about relationships, right? Have you heard about the NBA YoungBoy and Yaya situation?
Yeah, I heard a bit.
Okay, so what do you think? Okay, for people who don't know, NBA YoungBoy, he is a rapper, I think. Yaya is Floyd Mayweather's daughter. Yaya was accused of stabbing one of NBA YoungBoy's baby mamas over the weekend, right?
Right.
Okay. This man, he has herpes, and he has I think four baby mamas. She's only 19. So that's just a little backstory. So my thing with them, why do you think she would settle for a guy that has all these things going on when she is coming from a prominent father figure, so far as what we see? You know what I'm saying?
See what we see is prominent. He ain't prominent. He just got money.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying, as far as financially. But I'm saying, what do you think? That's what I'm leading to. What do you think a disconnect for her to seek him? Because you think it was a disconnect in her household?
Right, it is. You don't know what she's seen her mama go through with that man. So now she going through with another. But see, that's what we don't know. You know, we don't understand. And a lot of times we put, well, she privileged and she came up with this such and such. That does not hide you from being in the real world. Money does nothing but make things bigger.
Right.
So if you drama feel, your drama is on a high level of drama because you got more money and more things that you can attach to your problem. So she just living, and then on top of it, we've seen 19 years old. We've been 19 before.
Right, true.
You have seen that this girl here is just publicized.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's people stabbing baby mamas who ain't got no money. They ain't making but $4 an hour. They stabbing them, and they want to be with the dope boy. They want to be with the dope boy. He got 20 children. So it ain't no different. It's a continuous cycle.
So you think from status, her being of status for financially, coming from status, do you think she's seeking him for his status and his accolades and his popularity? Do you think that's what's drawing her towards him?
No, that ain't what drawing. See, he just in her crowd. You know, rich people, they rich people.
Right, true.
So
you don't think she's thinking about the negativity that goes along with him?
Well, she just young and dumb, just like anybody else at 19. She young and dumb and can't see past all this stuff. She just see him. He probably, he the stuff to her.
Right.
Just like a normal 19-year-old, he the stuff, but so she gonna look past his issues.
That's right. Yeah, I agree with that. I just want to bring it up with us talking about relationship. I just feel like it's really something because the same night that she stabbed the girl, they bundled her out and she was back over there. So I'm like, it's a lot of people suffering from low self-esteem.
But we know those situations. It's just like this right here. If your sister and brother and her boyfriend fighting,
true,
you go over there and beat the boy up because he hit your sister.
Yeah, and then
he do such. You get back, and then you go back. She go burn him out of jail, and they back together.
That's true.
So, I mean, this real life situation, and what's funny, and what's not so fun about it, It is what it is. Only way that you can help a person in this situation is they won't help.
They won't
you
help.
know
That's
that.
right. Yeah, you're right. It's not funny, but it's definitely a self-esteem issue because you have to know that you deserve far better than that. You know what I'm saying? She have to know that yes, she's 19, but he got herpes, he got 4 kids, and he only 20, I think they said, and she's only 19. So what type of future would they have? But of course, she's not thinking about a future right now. She's just thinking about right now. But who is in her ear? Who, you know what I'm saying? Like we said, they need to hear from the elders. Where are the elders right now? Why isn't
but is
anybody?
her ear available?
True. That's
See, a lot of times we your ear has to be available and you gotta be wanting to hear it. And in a lot of situations, you can talk, you still supposed to do your talking.
Yeah.
You know, because people might not hear right now, but on down the line you'll hear.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? She deserves better, yes.
Yeah.
He deserves better for himself. He shouldn't be wanting to do all these things. But when you got money, it's harder to talk to you when you got money now.
That's right.
You know it's already hard to talk to you when you ain't got no money. But when you got money, you got money with no sense now. Come on, it's really hard to talk to you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, let's get some of these comments. Somebody said, yes, a disconnect could be the issue. Look at him. If he had a father figure, he wouldn't be like that. More money, more problems. True. He might be like her dad in some kind of way. And that's what I thought. That he would marry her for dad.
Yeah,
you know, she see number violence, you know what I'm saying? Because he got a lot of stuff going on around him. I think his other baby mom just died.
Yeah, he would be, I mean, you know, he a non-domestic violence guy too now.
Right. Okay. Somebody said she could have some type of self-esteem issue, which is what I said. She has to know that's better than that. She's better than that. Go back to power, money, and power, and the power. Scarface said it best, honestly. Power, money, and the power. Okay. I'm not sure exactly what he said on that. So, you know, I just think, you know, relationships can be tough. No matter, you can know everything and do everything right, and it's still gonna be tough. But I mean, you know, being stuck in the house with your person, it's just making you just face it head on. But look how much greater y'all gonna be afterwards, you know. So hopefully, or you'll be single. Ready to make it, it'll be a hot girl summer or a hot boy something for you.
Hot girl, hot boy. Yeah, I mean, hopefully everybody can come out of this with a lot of positivity going.
Yeah.
And that's the it's a question that we have on that if you want to talk about or you gonna say a question.
Let me see. I didn't see. You see another question?
I thought we had another question that you said you were gonna discuss.
I think
with coming out of this pandemic.
Oh no, I already said it about the people being married, the divorce.
Oh well, if you don't got the question, you don't have the question.
No,
they don't need to be talking about it. They don't need to be talking about it.
Well, do you remember what the question was?
I can't really remember what the question was.
Okay, let me go back to my notes and make sure I ain't missing that.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, I got my other question. So, with everything going on, do you feel like at the end of this that people are gonna come back greater? Or do you think they're gonna come out like they're gonna be stronger, they're gonna be to evolve, they're gonna be to realize whatever they can improve in? Or do you think they're gonna be weaker than they was going in or probably the same? So how do you think people are gonna be at the end of the pandemic?
I think after this pandemic, to be honest, to just be quite frankly honest, after this pandemic is over, we're going to come out a little more wiser and a little more positive than we would need. Because certain stuff that we took for granted, I don't think we're going to take as much as for granted no more. You know what I'm saying? And then there's certain things as far as like the sanitation that we're doing now. I think some of this stuff going to still, even for me in my profession, something like as far as wearing gloves all the time. I was telling another one of my coworkers, from now on, I'm going to forever wear gloves regardless.
Because you really don't know how people are, you know, health-wise coming in.
Yeah. So I think a lot of these things that we do that we took for granted that we're gonna be more cautious and conscious about what's going on. I hope so.
You hope so.
I hope so. And then I think that people have so much time now that they should sit back and go write vision boards for things that they want to do when they come out and start on. So I think we should go back more informed. I hope some people gonna be more lazy than ever. For
Yes.
sure.
I think it's gonna be like 50-50%.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're really gonna depend on the type of person that you are, whether you come out stronger, wiser than you were. It's gonna depend on the type of individual that you are. If you're a naturally ambitious person, you know what I'm saying? No matter how things look, if you're optimistic, no matter how things looking right now, you figuring out how I can be better on the other side, what can I do in this meantime? If you're a negative person, you see the cup as half empty, you are already saying, okay, ain't no sense in me doing that. I don't even know how the world gonna be. Ain't no sense in me trying to start a business. Ain't gonna be no business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It depends on your mindset. So I think the main thing that people could be working on is their mindset. You know what I'm saying? What kind of mindset do you have?
That's true. That's true. I agree. It depends on the person. But for the most part, I want to put out there in the atmosphere that we coming out strong in this thing. We gonna come out stronger and more positive minds and realizing that anything and everything can be taken away at any time. So stop taking stuff for granted and just go harder.
Yep. I want to agree with that. I'm a second that motion and stand in agreement with that. Okay, I'm gonna take a few comments. What I want to say, while we still got a few viewers on here, and if somebody watching the replay to this point, make sure you do the census. It came in the mail, but if you didn't find it in your mail, go to, I think it's census.gov. Make sure you get counted in the census. I didn't realize how important the census was until now, and it's really important that you get counted in the census. So make sure you go to census.gov or complete the paper that came in the mail and count everybody in your household. So we want to put that out there.
Right.
Okay. Somebody said, I think people are going to learn not to take things for granted. It depends on the person. I think a lot will change. Families will come closer. Also, I think after this, it will be a trade war. Also, because us being young in our 30s, this is the first pandemic we have seen. Plan, know the purpose, remember the pain, but know God's purpose. All right. That's a good one now. I'm going to write that down. Never take life for granted. Never take people for granted. Y'all on tonight. Look, audience, y'all really on tonight.
Boy, this conversation is working tonight. You better talk to them.
With God, all things are possible. Yeah. So, all right, you guys. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's show. It was a great conversation. We thank you all for tuning in. Please don't forget to share this podcast on your pages. Please don't forget to like our page on Facebook, What's Coming Out of Your Mouth. Please also subscribe to our YouTube channel, What's Coming Out of Your Mouth. And if you can see our Instagram handles, if you want to follow us and see what we're doing in our regular lives, you can check us out on Instagram, and we'll also be listed in the description box. So if there's nothing else, co-host.
Oh, well, yeah. Let me talk to you. I just want to thank everybody for all the comments tonight. This probably been one of our most commented shows, you would say?
I think so. I think y'all like it.
Probably been one of our most commented shows, and it takes time like this for people to see the special stuff that is offered to them that is free, that they can just go and share to the public and let people know that these young Black dynamic duo got some powerful stuff going on. I just want to thank our conversation tonight for talking back to us, because y'all have actually made this show be one of the best shows ever.
Yes, I definitely agree.
Okay. But do not be on this show tonight and have not told nobody about the show. We will definitely be mad at you if you don't. And make sure that you're liking us on YouTube. We try to keep our YouTube to going higher and higher, but it's going up there. We just try to keep it going high. And if y'all got anybody here, we're gonna give a quick second to if y'all want anything for us to pray for right quick, go ahead and come in it right now. We're gonna let that go. We know it's a slight delay on that, and so whatever you got, give it to us right now.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead and drop your prayer request if you have any down below, or you can just drop an emoji and you don't have to say anything. We know what that means. You know, it can be a silent prayer request. And even if there's nothing even going on and you feel good in this pandemic, you know, prayers are always in order. And, you know, we just have to pray to keep ourselves covered from the day to day and keep our minds covered, because even we can get on here and talk positive things, but, you know, sometimes the mind can wander.
Yeah, the mind can wander, you know. Yeah. So have you been checking on anybody as far as any depression and things of that nature to make sure people staying up on?
Yeah, some people that I know that kind of struggle with their mental health, I've been texting them at least once a week, just saying, hey, you know, not trying to pry or anything, just saying, hey, let them know I'm thinking about them. And they know that with me saying that just let them know that I'm praying for them, and I'm praying that they stay strong and stay in a positive mindset during this time. But I got to tell you that working with the mental health clients, they are really having a hard time. And so I'm dealing with that a lot, and I'm trying not to allow that to get on me. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how at work we can get on you, so it's just a little heavy.
But, okay. Well, I mean, I got a family to help, so we're gonna roll on.
All right.
Let us bow. Oh, gracious heaven, eternal Father, here we are once again, Father God. Father God, as always, before we ask you for anything, we'd like to say thank you, Lord. Father God, we thanking you for being you, God, and you all by yourself, Father God. We thank you for being there from the beginning to this present time right now, Father God. Father God, we just thanking you for standing in with us through this pandemic, Father God. And whatever we go through, Father God, we know that you go through with us, Father God. Father God, I just come praying for families right now, Father God. Families that are stuck in the house that don't know how to deal with each other. Families that are stuck in the house that do know how to deal with each other, Father God. I just pray that families can be united right now, Father God. We can take this time, Father God, and realize how special that we are as a family, Father God, and how we can grow as a family and the positive things that we can do and put out into the universe, Father God. I just pray for the health and the strength of each and every one, Father God, the mental health as well, Father God, that they can just take care of their mental health. And I pray that family members call on each other and pray for each other and talk to each other as they go through it and not take it for granted, because as we one has to think people are going to be here forever, Father God, because we're not going to always be here, Father God. Father God, I just thank you for everybody under the sound of my voice tonight, Father God. I just ask a special blessing on each and every one of their lives, Father God. I thank you for everyone that we touched tonight, Father God. I thank you for this podcast being a positive influence on the world, Father God. I thank you for my amazing co-host as she continues to push the limits with this podcast and continue to push me, and I try to continue to push her, and we're trying to see where it can go, Father God. But we're hoping that you get all the honor and the praise out of it, Father God. Father God, I just thank you for my marriage and my family, Father God, my kids, my nephew who's been here with us, Father God, my sisters, my brothers, my mother, my father, my church family, Father God. I just thank you for co-workers, Father God, friends and loved ones of life, Father. I just thank you for everybody, Father God. I just pray for the entire world, Father God. I pray for the government, Father God. I just pray for everybody who's going through this pandemic, because we're all going through the pandemic together, Father God. I just pray that we can come united as a country, Father God, following this pandemic. And Father God, I just pray that as we go through this pandemic, we realize that we can stop taking things for granted. For you said in your word, you can give it and you can take it away, Father God. And you showing this in a major way right now, Father God. Before I end this prayer, I just want to let you know that I love you and adore you. And I know that we're going to make it through, for God, because we have faith. And you said just the faith of a little mustard seed. So, Father God, we're going to show that our faith is stronger than ever, Father God. This prayer that we're going to ask in your son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Awesome prayer as always. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. We want to thank you all again for tuning in. This has been your episode of What's Coming Out of Your Mouth. Good night.
Deuces. What's coming out of your mouth? What's coming out of your mouth? What's coming out of your